Cześć wszystkim, z tej strony Naiken i dzisiaj rozpoczniemy sobie pierwsze DLC do Kingdom Come From the Ashes, czyli będziemy tutaj rozbudowywać, w sumie najpierw naprawiać wioskę Przybysławice. No, to na początku musimy pójść sobie tutaj do... Czemu mam ten status? Tego. Nie wiem, a najpierw musimy sobie pójść do Talberka i pogadać z Dziwiszem. A i jeszcze ja to robię na save'ie przed końcem gry. Porozmawiam z panem Ptaszkiem, no. Ten ostatni save, no i który się tworzy przed zakończeniem gry. Dobra, to gadamy z tym gościem. Nie wiem, czemu pojawia się ta opcja dialogowa, ale zapomnijmy sobie.
I've heard talk that something is going on in Przybysławic.
Henry, you've come at just the right moment. I sent a man to Przybysławic. My locator, Marius.
What's a locator?
A land allocator. I charged him with checking on the condition of the settlement to see if we can start rebuilding it.
You're planning to resettle the village?
Yes.
Why Przybysławic of all places?
Because it's been lying fallow and falling into ruin since it was sacked by Havelmetic years ago. It's about time that changed.
Well, it should be safe there now. We trounced that rabble on the battlefield.
Yes, and that's why I sent my master locator there. However, he should have been back long since.
If you've no objection, I could go and look for him.
I'd appreciate that. He probably just got delayed. But I'd be happier if you checked it out.
No dobra. W zasadzie to Przybysławice, bo już tam były, bo już tam jest miejsce, żeby to po prostu zrobić. Gdzie jest wyjście? Już są postawione tam jakieś budynki, które można wyremontować. Tutaj wyłączam sobie... jak się to wyłączało? Tak.
Greetings, Henry.
Dobra. To jedziemy. Tylko najpierw muszę wyjść. Tak, brama mi się nie wyładowała. Ale to nieistotne już. Przeskakuj przez to. Dobra. Stąd mogę. Co się zatrzymałeś? No i dobra, rozumiem, że mam po prostu znaleźć tego gościa. Jaki na całym terenie tego? No to poszukamy. Tutaj gdzieś? O! Nie, to jest ten gość, którego kiedyś tam uwolniłem. Może gdzieś tutaj, na samej górze. O, tam są jacyś żołnierze.
Tell me about it.
Pan...
What's that?
So, it's all clear to me now.
What is? Who are you? You've no business here.
I'm Henry, and I was expecting to find you here.
I'm Henry.
How could you?
Sir Divish's locator went missing around these parts.
Well, it seems like he's all out of luck, don't it? Divish ought to have sent someone better than you to parley.
He didn't send me to parley, he sent me to deal with it.
Deal with it? There's plenty of us, and you're on your own. So I'd think twice about how you're going to deal with that.
What's going on there? Who's there?
I reckon you
Dobra.
ought to take what you can while you can, before Sir Divish turns up with his cavalry.
No, chyba nie bardzo, no.
Is this enough?
What's going on there?
That's not enough.
What's that?
Hey, who's
It's all
there?
I've got. And anyway, that should be enough, right?
Not by a
What's going
long
on there?
chalk.
Dobra, to
Tim, lads!
What's that?
powystrzelamy go po prostu. Nie, weź ten, weź łuk z łuku.
Alarm!
I'm gonna enjoy this. To arms! Get over here! Bring it on!
Pierwszy poszedł.
Here! Where is everybody?
Już poszedł? Nie. O. I trzeci. Bo chyba czwartego to już nie ma. A nie, jest łucznik. Coś jeszcze? Dobra, muzyczka się uspokoiła chyba, czyli chyba już nikt. W sumie przydałoby się ten. Coś zjeść. O, i tutaj jest ten gość.
Hey. Psst. Help.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Sir Divish sent me to find you. And it looks like I arrived just in time.
God's truth.
I'm Henry of Scalitz.
My name is Marius Bilek, Master Locator. Sir Divish sent me here to survey the area.
Well, the outlaws are out of the way, so we can go and report to him, right?
Not just yet. Those bastards caught me as soon as I arrived. And so far all I've seen is the inside of the tent they tied me up in. I still have a job to do. Come along with me if you like. We'll report to Sir Divish afterwards.
To... No, idziemy z
Well, let's go
Mariuszem.
with you. At least I can make sure you don't get caught again.
What? Are there more of those bandits around?
No, I just meant... Never mind. Should we get going?
No dobra. No to idziemy.
This is a good spot for the rat house. Every village must have one. It'll be nice and prominent here. It's on the hillside, so the foundations will stay dry. It can have its own little square, close to the church. There's no better site here.
Czy on się na pewno w dobrą stronę patrzył? Tak, wydaje mi się, że tam nie ma wzniesienia, że bardziej o tutaj jest, ale... Tutaj zgaduję, że kościół będzie, tak? Odnowiony.
The church is still standing. Good. Good. Whoever built it did a good job. Considering how old it is and what it's been through recently, it stood up well. It won't be an easy job to fix it, but it can be done. Timber alone won't do, though.
No kamienia, no. Dobra, tutaj i tak nie będzie niczego ciekawego. Macie jakieś... Macie jabłka i chleb. Co tam, palisady będzie oglądał? Po co tutaj w ten? Coś ma ze ścieżką. Zepsuta. Tak łazi.
We could fit at least one tradesman's shop here. Maybe a baker's?
Tutaj? I bolączka każdej gry. Tutaj trzeba za kimś łazić. Nawet jak normalnie sobie idziesz, to jesteś 2 razy od niego szybszy. Dobra, coś jest tutaj ewidentnie zjebane ze ścieżkami, o których chodzi.
There's quite a lot of space here. It just needs clearing thoroughly. Then we could even fit stables here.
Okej. Już myślałem, że się zablokowałem.
Main approach road and the stream.
Co, młyn tutaj chcecie? Młyn tutaj chcesz zrobić? Postawić? Nie, no dobra, to jest to... Bardzo małe na młyn.
This bridge needs reinforcing. It won't last long in this condition. I reckon it would make sense to build a weir over the stream down there. The water here is clean and can be used to supply the village until we sink a well. It's a good thing we have this stream. No point in building without a water source.
No, wszystkie wioski są umiejscowione przy rzece.
Supplies and trade will flow through here.
No, drogę będzie trzeba. A coś będzie trzeba z nią zrobić. Jest chyba za stroma.
I can't even see past the trees and ruins whether there's room for anything there. But at least the trees are strong and healthy. All we need is a few good woodcutters, and we won't have to bring in any timber from elsewhere.
W zasadzie to wystarczyłoby pójść z drugiej strony i by można było zobaczyć. O, z tej. Tutaj też jakiś domek jest.
Stone foundations. They'll come in handy, and we're close to the stream. Lots of space here.
To powiedział. O, gdzieś zniknąłeś? O, tutaj jest.
There's a well here already. All the better.
Chyba to jest studnia? Okej.
A big space, clean water, close to the village green. A good site for an inn. That's that then. The most essential surveying is done.
Co? Porozmawiaj, tak?
So, Master Locator, ready to start building?
There's a long way to go before that. The few ruins that are left are basically beyond repair. It's all overgrown with brush.
Oh dear.
We'll have to get it all cleared before we can start rebuilding it.
So it is possible to rebuild everything?
Yes, absolutely.
No, trzeba
Building a
wszystko
whole village
wrąbać.
is no small enterprise.
We'll need timber, lots of it, which isn't a problem in the middle of the woods, of course. We'll have to hire wage labor to begin with. Quite a lot of men. I think we should get started without delay. There's a lot of work involved, but it'll be well worth the effort. I can just imagine it. The church will dominate the whole settlement.
Oh, that's good news. When will you inform Sir Divish?
Why wait? I'll head to Talmberg right away. But would you keep an eye on things here in the meantime? It would be rather embarrassing to run into more bandits when I return with Sir Divish.
No problem. I'll be right here.
It shouldn't take us long.
Dobra, no to poczekać. Mam nadzieję, że to automatycznie się stanie. O.
Welcome to Przybysławic. That is to say, welcome back to Przybysławic after all these years. Well, what's left of it.
Not to worry, Marius. I'm glad to be back in my old hamlet. Although, it seems to have aged about as gracefully as I have over the years.
I beg to differ, sir. It's quite dilapidated, unlike your good self, but at least it's safe now. Thanks in part to Henry here, who also saved me from a predicament that cost me valuable time. Who knows? If it hadn't been for him, we might not even be talking now.
Well, lad, in the end, you managed things in your own way, I see. Just as you said you would.
I did my best, sir. There was no reasoning with them. They thought since it was 4-1, I'd be no trouble.
I expect that was a fatal mistake.
Just so, sir.
No loss. At least they won't be troubling us again. Let's get down to the matter in hand, shall we? What state is Przybysławic in?
Sir, in my official
Powiem
capacity
tekst,
as
znaczy tam.
locator,
Dodać.
I am gratified to inform you that the hamlet of Przybysławic may be renewed. And indeed it offers prospects of considerable expansion beyond its former limits.
Splendid. Finally, some good news for this province.
And badly needed, too.
So, what have you discovered so far? I want to know all the details.
No ja teraz pomyślałem, że jakbyśmy przekupili tych gości, albo jakoś naprzygonili ich bez zabijania ich, to może by dało się ich jakoś zwerbować do tego. Do pomocy, czy coś takiego, no. W tej wsi. No ale no. Było minęło. Dobra, no to...
We had a scout around.
We conducted a basic survey, from which we can make a preliminary outline of the parcels. I already have in my head an initial plan of what can be built where.
We should certainly have a church. I'd like to preserve the existing one.
That should present no serious obstacles. The building is in much better condition than we anticipated. But extensive reconstruction will be required.
That's to be expected.
There's a stream here, and a well, right in the middle of the village.
Yes, and there are abundant woods around. Clearing them will provide both extra land and timber supplies that we can use right away.
Right now, I believe we're standing on the village green, aren't we?
The future green, that is. The village centre will comprise at least 6 large buildings to begin with. We can't fit any more than that here, so there will be other buildings away from the square, in particular more extensive structures.
I'm glad to hear it. I never expected you'd find so much space here in the middle of the woods. The building work we're about to engage in is only the first part of my plan. Later, we'll clear more forest for agricultural land and build more
A
farmhouses.
właśnie.
But for now, we'll have to
Się
focus on more
zastanawiałem
sensible
w sumie,
goals.
po co
As you
wioska
wish,
w
my
środku
lord.
lasu. Przecież nie wyprodukują jedzenia albo nie, no, niczego takiego.
Rebuilding a whole village must cost a king's ransom, though.
It's true it won't come cheap. Before the tradesmen settle here and start producing and trading, it will be necessary to invest a certain amount of capital.
A certain amount? How much exactly?
I wouldn't venture to state a precise amount at this point, but I expect it will come to some thousands, even tens of thousands of groschen.
That much? I hope you're good at haggling.
We shall, of course, attempt to procure everything at the best possible price, but raising a settlement from the ashes you see around you is a costly business. Nevertheless, I can assure you, my lord, that if all goes well, the investment shall all come back to you with interest.
I hope I shall live to enjoy it, Master Marius.
A village isn't a village without villagers. You'll need new subjects. Even preparing the ground for building will need lots of labour. Where can we find so many people, sir?
You sound skeptical, lad, but it's a good question. I've already given it some thought. I've agreed with Radzik and Hanish that we shall make an announcement in Rattay to invite people to move here and help with the construction, which will bring them many benefits, but also obligations. In addition, I expect the prospects of a new home will appeal to your former Skalitz neighbors more than a makeshift camp by the castle walls.
They'll be delighted, sir.
A splendid solution, sir. I've also been concerned about how to bring settlers here, but now it seems there will be no shortage of new inhabitants after all.
It seems things are finally looking up. We routed the bandits in battle, and Henry took care of the remnants. When can we get to work?
Right away, as far as I'm concerned. All we need is people and the necessary funds. And we'll need someone to keep order, at least in the interim.
True. I'll leave you some of my men.
If I may, I would recommend quickly appointing a bailiff to take responsibility for the renewal of the village, its coffers and its citizens.
True. First things first. Since you understand these matters best, you shall take charge of the land parceling and building works. You'll be available to the bailiff, but answerable directly to me.
I'd be honored, sir. Thank you.
And, as regards the office of bailiff, what about you, Henry?
Yes, sir?
You've proven yourself well. You've demonstrated that you're capable of solving problems, and you command the respect of your former Skalitz neighbors.
Well, I'm not so sure.
And you're also capable of maintaining law and order.
I must concur.
So, let us expedite matters. Henry, I hereby appoint you to the office of bailiff of the hamlet of
Ten gest
Przybysławic
ręką.
in my domain.
My lord, it's a great honour.
Oj, muszka jakieś te lata.
You will oversee the initial renewal and administration of the village that will set the ground for further development. But don't imagine it'll be a bed of roses, lad. Being bailiff doesn't mean you can do whatever you like. If you don't treat the settlers rightly, I'll soon find out and relieve you of your office. Besides, we can't spare a single groschen from the Talmberg coffers now, with the province in chaos. So, you'll have to cover the cost for the building work from your own purse.
Me? But Marius said it would cost a fortune.
True, but from what I hear, you know how to get your hands on coin enough. So, I expect you'll manage it just fine.
I'd like to know who's been spreading such gossip.
And I am assigning you certain specific tasks. You
Oh.
must ensure the rebuilding of the church, That means complete reconstruction, wall paintings, and a new altar. See to it that in the future, the village will be capable of supporting a certain number of people. For that, you will need to ensure the construction of essential artisans' buildings. And ultimately, the village must produce sufficient earnings to fund further expansion.
But, sir, I've never done...
I understand your concerns, but you'll be handsomely rewarded. I shall grant you the proceeds from the whole village for the first 5 years, and you have my permission to use the surrounding woods and land as you see fit.
Well, that's, I mean... Are you sure I'm the right man for the job, sir? It's a lot of responsibility.
As you said yourself, Henry, it's a great honor. Besides, you won't be alone in it. I'll assist you and supervise the construction work.
Phew. All right, then.
So, we're agreed. You'll give this document to the Rete bailiff. He'll make the announcement to invite settlers, which should ensure enough people to begin work. At the same time, your official appointment as bailiff will be announced.
I don't know what to say, sir.
I'm sure you won't disappoint me, Henry. And now I must get back to my duties at Townburg. Send word when everything is prepared.
Certainly, sir. Have a safe journey.
Farewell, sir.
No dobra, czyli zostałem wójtem. Co teraz?
Before we can start building as much as an outhouse, we'll have to get the whole area cleared, and we'll need lots of people to work the land and parcel it out.
Right. So I suppose I'd better get to Ratai first and see to that announcement.
Indeed. I'm sure the bailiff will be more than happy. It will get the refugees out of his hair, and the citizens will stop complaining. I'll stay here for now and start planning the building plots. As soon as the laborers arrive, I'll start allocating work to them.
No dobra. Dobra. Tak, jeśli chodzi o pieniążki, to nie ma co się martwić. Jeśli przyjdzie co do czego, no to już nawet te pieniążki były zcheatowane, więc no. Jeśli będzie za mało jeszcze, to po prostu dalej sobie piszę kodzik i będzie. Poczekaj. Muszę też sobie zbroję naprawić, bo to wygląda, no, nie podoba mi się jak to wygląda. No ile to trwa? Jeszcze powiedzcie, że nie zdążę przed tym. A nie, dobra, powinienem zdążyć jakoś. Przed zakończeniem pracy. Tak, to jest jeszcze czwarte. Dobra, nie, tutaj jest ten. Już się kobieta. Przódca.
I have a document for you from Sir Divish. It concerns the renewal of Przybysławic.
The village you drove those bandits out of?
The very same.
So it's true then? Good. Good. Let me see that document then.
Here it is.
So what have we here? It says I should announce that anyone interested may move to Przybysławic to live and work. and Sir Radzig and Sir Hanush also give their consent. In that case, let's not waste any time. Come along with me. See you later.
Come along with me. A. To idziemy. Idź. O, jakie ciekawe schody. Wcześniej na to nie zwróciłem uwagi, jak to jest. Że tak powiem, wyrzeźbione. No idź. Cicho bądź. Babo. Ale to wszyscy wyglądają, jakby mieli wyjebane na to. Chyba, że to tutaj się zbierają. Nie, no dobra, 2 osoby przyszły. O, 3. Chyba. Serio będziemy czekać aż ten?
Hear ye. It is hereby announced, in the name of Sir Hanush and Sir Divish, that you, the citizens of Ratai, as well as those who have found temporary refuge here, are permitted to move to the hamlet of Przybysławic to the north of Talmberg Castle, wherein you shall be vouchsafed a new life and new dwellings, providing that you shall contribute to the renewal of the hamlet. All those who choose to accept this offer shall be exempted from payment of taxes for a period of 5 years. They shall be permitted also to make use of timber from the surrounding woods and water from the streams.
Be a bit more careful.
The hamlet of Przybysławic lies in the domain of Sir Divish of Talmberg, and all who settle there shall be duty-bound to him. It is furthermore hereby announced that Henry of Skalitz is appointed to the administration of Przybysławic and the office of bailiff therein, which office and privilege have been conferred upon him by Sir Divish for loyalty and services rendered. I would therefore recommend that our Skalitz friends consider this offer very seriously, as nothing better is likely to come your way anytime soon.
Jej. Dobra, i co teraz? Rozmawiać z Mariuszem. Dobra, ale jeszcze chcę na szybkości wpaść, a tutaj... Mogę?
My respects to you.
Odnośnie naprawy. Naprawiamy kurwa wszystko. No i wszystko świeci się jak no. W sumie jeszcze gdzieś tutaj jest ta krawiec, ale krawiec już był chyba zamknięty. Bym sobie też tam, no to... Tak, krawiec jest już zamknięty, to...
Vegetables, fruit, apples, cucumbers, onions. Come get 'em.
Siadamy na konia i jedziemy. Czy mi się wydaje, czy on jedzie wolniej niż szedł pieszo? Chociaż to i tak nie ma żadnego znaczenia. Przynajmniej nie powinno mieć. Ale tak mi się coś wydaje. Uciekaj. Czemu tam było napadni?
Show what you're made of.
What's the matter? Come on.
Super, że ja... broń. Ja widzę tutaj. Serio, wieśniaki.
Bring it on. Where could you vanish to? You must be here somewhere. Is that the best you can do?
You call that?
Bym ja wiedział, jak się ten... No do cholery. No. Serio. Ja widzę tutaj, a jeszcze nie ten.
What have we got in the ring? Entertainment? Great.
Czemu mam łuk, kurwa, jak wyjąłem sobie na ten?
Good. Come here, baby liver. Bring it on.
No nie powiem, w czas. W czas. Dobra. Ja bym na to. I tak się pewnie wykrwawia. A nie zapisywałem w sumie. Super, super kurwa. Kontynuuj. Jak daleko mnie to wyniesie? Aha. Elo. Dobra, jedziemy. Znowu 2 minuty podróży po małej mapie. O, gdzieś o tutaj mu się zachciało zwolnić. O. A już tutaj nie było tej napaści. O, udało się. Wow! Idzie screen. Idzie kolejny screen. I kolejny. Chociaż tam już tak daleko to już wygląda to chujowo. I kolejny. Nie wiem w zasadzie na jakich ustawieniach graficznych gram teraz. Sprawdzimy w sumie. Ustawienie grafiki wysokie. Ty, ale się zmieniło. No nie powiem. Parcie. No, nie ten. Nie naprawiłem sobie. A co to za znacznik? O! Dostępne miejsca. Mam ile miejsc? Raz, dwa, trzy, cztery, pięć. Tak, 6 miejsc. Ciekawe, czy będę mógł wszystko wbudować, czy będę musiał wybrać. No, zobaczmy. Tutaj było wejście na ten. Tutaj było coś tam ten. Tutaj było chyba wejście do studni. Tak, tak. Oj. No, wszystkie chaty zostały tam. Rozebrana. Dobra, gadamy z Mariuszem.
Well, the bailiff read Sir Divish's decree, and now I'm officially bailiff of Przybysławic.
Then allow me to congratulate you. What will be your first step?
First, actually, I'm not quite sure. What would you recommend?
As it happens, I already sought a few things in your absence.
No
You
widzę.
might have noticed that the first people have come from Ratai.
Yeah, I saw some heading here right away.
So when they arrived, I was able to start clearing building plots with them. After they'd erected some temporary dwellings, that is.
Te namioty to są tymczasowe to?
So we're ready to get things started?
As long as you know what you want to build, I can show these new people what to do. We'll be building on the sites we've measured out. You can go and look them over first, if you like.
I'll do that. I'll see what's going to be built where.
Nevertheless, I doubt you'll be able to figure that out just from looking at the sites.
How do I choose what to build where?
I've already given it some thought on your behalf. I even wrote it all down in the accounts ledger. Everything will be recorded there. I'll make a note of every change as we proceed.
Thanks. That'll be a big help. And where can I find this book?
It will always be
pewno
kept
obok, no.
at the rat house.
Well, there's nothing here, so we'll have to build everything. Ale house, bakery, butchers, rat house. Did I mention ale house?
Eventually. But be warned. To begin with, it's always best to start with facilities that will be producing construction materials for everything else. And since we'll mainly be using timber, it makes sense to set up a woodcutter's camp.
All right. And then what?
That depends. Every building has its use. But you'll soon get the grasp of it, and it's all in the ledger.
What about the workers' wages and buying materials for artisans?
The money must be put in the trunk here. The expenditures for wages and materials will be taken from it. So you should keep it topped up to prevent delays. Which reminds me, there's the matter of my own pay to be resolved.
Ah, yes, of course.
Sir Divish guaranteed me a fixed income. What's more, this job is an exceptionally big one.
Więcej. Daj więcej.
How much are you thinking?
I have a record of payment here somewhere. Here it is. Let's say 1/4 more than that.
Dobra, no.
This amount ought to correspond to your work.
It seems we understand each other. I agree.
Good. I'll put your wages in the trunk too. Are you sure it's quite safe?
Quite. Only you and I shall have a key and access to the trunk. Besides, we'll have guards on watch here.
Ah, that's reassuring.
That's about all to begin with. If you need any more details, I'll be happy to explain things to you.
Could you explain something to me? What are my duties as bailiff?
As bailiff, you must see to it that the village grows and prospers. You'll have to resolve disputes between citizens and decide what I should have built. The coin for it will come from your own purse. Basically, you'll have to keep the whole locality under control, but you can't just do whatever you like. You're still answerable to Sir Divish, as am I.
Which means...
Which means that if the folk here are unhappy, word will soon get to Sir Divish, and he'll put you in your place. So you'd better see to it that there's no thieving, and folk have jobs to do, and their wages are paid.
Of course. I'll keep a close eye on things.
Konstrukcja budynków.
How do I build houses?
First, find out how much it'll cost, and whether the upkeep won't ruin you. Everything is written in the ledger. You can check it all there, or just come and see me.
Sure.
No najpierw domy i dwa, tak?
The most important thing is to know how much profit your buildings generate, and what they cost to operate. That's written on the very first page of the ledger, which will be kept at the rat house. Whenever we erect a new building, I record it there, and you'll find all the profit generated by the village in the trunk with the ledger.
And what if we spend more than we earn?
Then you'll have to put the amount necessary for covering the operating costs into the trunk.
I see. Probably best to have a little extra there for a rainy day then.
Koszty utrzymania.
How do operating costs work?
Those are the workers' wages, costs of material and equipment for tradesmen, and so on.
And what if I don't have enough coin?
Then production will grind to a halt. Watch out for that. Folks soon get grouchy if they're not getting paid. The amount needed each day is recorded in the accounts ledger too. So you should keep enough in the trunk to cover the wages.
And how do I pay the workers?
Don't concern yourself about that. I'll take care of it. As long as you provide the coin.
So I could put enough money there for, say, 3 days in advance?
Indeed. Simple enough, isn't it?
All right. Thanks.
Chociaż niby logiczne, bo no tutaj z dnia na dzień się robi rzeczy. Cały fabuły można chyba, nie wiem, w tydzień chyba przejść bez tego.
How can I get new people to come to the village?
Don't worry about that.
Z odpoczynkiem.
Folk will gradually turn up of their own accord when there are houses for them. Each building can house a certain number of people. The bigger the house, the more inhabitants. And the more space you have for them, the more country folk will come here in search of a better livelihood.
What about tradesmen?
I can find you fairly competent ones, but if you can get really skilled artisans, it will certainly be a boon for the village income. Although it's not all that easy to get skilled people. You could ask around.
I see. Any suggestions?
You could try asking the 2 Sasau armourers for a start. They're always at each other's throats, so maybe one of them could work here. But don't forget to get a forge and armoury workshop set up for him. Otherwise you'll only be wasting his time.
Right. I'll go and have a word with them later. I must give some thought to who else would come in handy here. Thanks.
Ulepszenie, bo... O!
How can I improve the buildings?
The process is exactly the same as for building from the ground up. We need to have enough coin, materials, and of course, something to improve. It goes without saying that there's no point in better blacksmith's equipment if you've no forge to put it in.
Well, I can't argue with that. But why bother with improvements at all?
Because they make it possible to produce better goods that can be sold at a higher price, so we'll earn more money.
No dobra,
Nothing,
chyba
I'll
wszystko ogarniam.
So, how am I doing?
Let's see. You're still far from having the income you need to make the village prosper. Well, the village isn't ready yet for the expansion Sir Divish is planning. The church is still in ruins. Doesn't create a good impression. We're on the right track, but we haven't reached the end yet.
All right, I'll get stuck in. I want to build...
Certainly, Master.
Nah,
W sumie
I'd
na
rather not.
razie to nic. Ogarnijmy to. Inne, tak? Tak, ze 100 000 przejdźmy. Tak, dobra. I ogólnie ta skrzynia to nie wygląda na za bardzo tą... na za bardzo pancerną. Czytaj, co tutaj jest. Podsumowanie. Ja, wróćmy. Grosze, reputacja 100, przychody wsi, wielkość wsi, naprawa kościoła, kamień. Niczego nie produkujemy. Co do cholery? Dobra, to jest pierwsza strona. Tymczasowe siermiężący. No on będzie... To jest to, co mamy, tak? To oznacza Q. Bo nie rozumiem. Bieżący niebudowana. Zbudowana. Podstawowe. Kuźnia. Piekarza, rzeźnika, stajnia. A i muszę mieć pewne to, żeby zbudować to. Most i trakt. Drwali. To
Marius,
drwali.
there's work to be done.
Come along with me then, and we'll start building.
What? O. O. A jak biegnie jeszcze. Tak w sumie wolniej niż nie idę, ale okej.
Get
Może
a build
tutaj?
here?
Yes. Shall we get started?
No jasne.
I'm ready.
I'll just quickly check again that we have everything we need. We've still got the means. We'll get stuck in then.
Jak ładnie.
What the hell are you doing?
I saw him and his retinue coming up to Talmberg. And do you know who he is?
No idea. Who?
Margrave Jobst of Moravia. He's cousin to King Wenceslas.
Tutaj dom handlarza. No dobra, ale to już ten. O, już w następnym odcinku, bo tutaj i tak już no, po godzinę będę pewnie nagrywał. Także no. Do zobaczenia w kolejnym odcinku i cześć.